Let the bot battle begin. Unnecessary Violence spins up its weapon, and there's a big hit to start things off. And already one of Bite Force's forks has come off, and there's a huge hit into Bite Force's head. Unnecessary Violence clearly showing it's a stronger weapon, and there goes Bite Force's entire head. This is going terribly for Bite Force as their other fork goes flying off. Bite Force needs a way to flip Unnecessary Violence, but also has to survive that disc, which has so much power. Unnecessary Violence only needs to rip off one track, and there's a few good hits, and there it goes. Oh, and another huge hit. Oh, there goes the other tread. Unnecessary Violence has his taken Bite Force 2015 and put him in a body bag. This fight is over, and Unnecessary Violence is 2-0. Unnecessary Violence started off the fight with some good hits, ripping off Bite Force's forks, and soon its entire head and lifter mechanism, and quickly after destroys Bite Force and removed its treads. Let the bot battle begin. Apex brings up that massive blade and takes a shot from Ribbot. And oh no! Ribbot has flipped Apex and trying to throw him out of the arena. Instead, Apex ends up jammed in the screws. Apex actually gets out right side up, and that may have been Ribbot's greatest mistake. We'll have to see what Apex does. And there's a good shot. Apex, as we saw in its beta fight, is very unstable. And can flip itself at any moment, but is dishing out some good damage to Ribbot, having damaged that spinner. And here's oh no! Ribbot has stopped moving, and his Lawfire's flipping. Oh no! Ribbot has been split in half by Apex, and Apex violently tears off the back right wheel. This fight is over. Ribbot is in pieces, and Apex shows off what it can do. Ribbot started off this fight stronger, flipping Apex over and putting him in the screw. However, when Apex came out of the screws, it landed massive hits, just like that one. And despite Ribbot destabilizing Apex a couple of times, the damage was too much. Let the bot battle begin. And a big shot there by Rotator to start things off. And already Rotator's disc has taken some damage. Let's see who can take Deadlift can take advantage of this, as Rotator's blade is starting to fall apart already. Deadlift already trying to lift Rotator. It's not working quite the way that Deadlift wants though. Rotator landing a few good hits, trying to tear part of Deadlift off, but Deadlift so far remaining sturdy. And another hit, and another lift from Deadlift. And now Deadlift underneath and flipping Rotator over. Deadlift in control now and slams Rotator right into the wall. But Deadlift's lifter seems to be damaged. And there's another good hit. And again, well, it looks like Deadlift has lost part of its drive system and is crab walking. Rotator trying to flip himself over, get those forks back in play. But a Deadlift, and now oh no, oh my goodness, Deadlift fighting for his life, picking up Rotator by the disc. But Rotator is still in control while having a fully working drive, and Deadlift is now upside down. Can Deadlift self-right and somehow get back into this fight? It does not look like it can, and there's another shot by Rotator, and Rotator's disc comes flying off for the second fight in a row, but Deadlift is not getting back up. They're desperately trying to, but Rotator is going to take this win. And the countdown is on, and Deadlift is falling to 0-2. The fight started off pretty evenly, with Rotator landing bots and Deadlift starting to get control, but as Rotator's blade fell apart, Deadlift took over, flipping Rotator. However, in one of these attacks, Deadlift lost part of its frame and stopped working right, and Rotator was able to flip it over, completely disabling it. The bot battle begin. Both bots jump, and there's a flip by Glitch. Stormbound cannot drive inverted, so this could already be over. Glitch is still going in. Oh! There goes one of the forks. And there goes another one. And there goes a third. Jeez. Glitch. Oh, and there goes the last fork. Glitch, it's ripping off Stormbound's forks in quick succession, but trying to keep the fight going for some reason. I don't know why he kept trying to flip Stormbound over, but there's a massive hit from Glitch. And there's a... Now Stormbound is kind of back in this fight, but now gets flipped over again. Glitch, what are you doing? You've won the fight. Oh my god. And there's another hit. Big hit. Glitch trying to impress the selection committee, I think, but apparently not the audience, as they're still keeping this fight going, despite definitely there's no way that Stormbound can win this one. And another flip. Jeez. And another massive shot. Glitch really showing off his weapon power, but I don't think he needs to at this point. Glitch just end this fight. It looks like he will now. The countdown finally begins on Stormbound and Glitch, rising to an impressive 2-0. Glitch flipped Stormbound in the first hit and made sure to rip off all of Stormbound's forks. However, he kept the fight going for over a minute and a half, but finally decided to end the fight. Let the bot battle begin. Fusion going with its vertical weapon first and slams Hypershock into the pit wall and flips Hypershock over, but Hypershock lands a decent counter shot. But Fusion's forks are significantly lower than Hypershock's wedge, it would seem. And there's another slam and another flip, but Hypershock quickly self-rights and just spins that weapon back up and slams Fusion into the corner. Very close fight so far, as Fusion and Hypershock collide for the first win. Something falls off Hypershock. I think that's Stormbound's fork from the previous fight that I don't think I got. Oh! Fusion sends Hypershock's fork wedge flying out of the camera range, and now Fusion swapping to its horizontal weapon to try and cause some serious damage. To go weapon to weapon now, but it looks like Fusion's horizontal disc has been stopped. See, it's spinning a lot, slowed down a lot quicker than it should. And now Fusion going back to its vertical spinner and forks, trying to keep control of the fight that way, and it is working like a charm. Fusion's horizontal looks a bit better there, but Hypershock able to take advantage. And there's another good hit and another slam by Fusion. Hypershock still trying to stay in this fight, but Fusion is in control. Hypershock without a wedge is not going to do much, unless they can land a decent shot to that horizontal and try and flip Fusion, or at least get underneath it. But Fusion not giving Hypershock a chance. And there's another good hit by Fusion. Both bots know what's at stake here. They're already 0-1, can't afford a second loss. And there's a massive slam by Fusion, throwing Hypershock into the corner and doing serious damage to that self-righting mechanism of Hypershock. This could be it. Hypershock seems down for the count. The countdown is started, and Fusion is going to take his first win of the season. Very intense fight between these two. Both bots had their moments earlier, but Fusion seems to be in control more often than Hypershock and land more hits. And there went the entire wedge of Hypershock, a massive turning point. And Hypershock managed to disable Fusion's horizontal spinner, an impressive feat, but Fusion took control, once again and slammed Hypershock. They've broken Self-Rider, and they could not self-right. Let the bot battle begin. Two terrifying robots in real life with very subpar records to start off this season. And there's a good hit there. Nightmare seems to be a bit more aggressive with its weapon. And Tombstone seems to be strong to spin it up a bit more. And there's Nightmare landing some good hits. And once again the bots go weapon up, and then Nightmare gets popped up a bit, trying to get that vertical disc-ish weapon, not quite sure what it is. But it's already broken by Tombstone. And this is very rad. Oh my goodness, what a shot by Tombstone, sending Power of Nightmare's disc flying. I don't know how it managed to do that. Nightmare's disc wasn't even spinning. What just happened? Well, this has gone very bad for Nightmare. They have no primary weapon, and they are at Tombstone's mercy. Tombstone has the lower ground clearance. I never thought I'd be saying that, but here we are. Where Tombstone having a lower ground clearance than its opponent, and Nightmare trying to use its back to deflect the shots, which are doing nothing to the front anyway. So I don't think Nightmare has to worry about Tombstone's blade. I think it has to worry about getting flipped. I think it has to worry about Tombstone getting underneath and putting him in the screws. And there's another nice shot by Tombstone, who's somehow landing half-decent hits with that incredibly weak bar. And he did do some decent damage to Mad Catter, but Mad Catter is not the best put-together bot we've seen. And there he goes. Tombstone puts Nightmare in the screws, but oh no! Oh my! There it is! Tombstone saves. This is the win. Nightmare gets flipped, and Tombstone survives. The real highlights of this fight were when Tombstone ripped Nightmare's weapon to pieces. I don't know how it sent that piece flying like that. I think that was a real-life glitch. But Tombstone was able to use the screws to flip Nightmare over. Let the main event begin. Oh, what a start by Gruff, suplexing Bloodsport, but there's a nice counter shot by Bloodsport. This is a very intense fight. It's a start, but Gruff backs Bloodsport into the wall and trying to get that lift from underneath the Gruff. Bloodsport again, good attack there. Oh, and Gruff jammed Bloodsport's blade by slamming it into the wall. Well, Gruff trying to break into that bar spinner and then go to work with that lifter. And Gruff controlling this fight, and it loses a piece. And there's another shot. Bloodsport continuing to take damage to its own weapon, and can't quite reach any of the important bits of Gruff. But now Gruff picks up Bloodsport and throws them out of the arena. What a performance by Gruff, throwing Bloodsport out of the box and going to 2-0. Gruff had an amazing start, suplexing Bloodsport, and Bloodsport countered with a big hit, but Bloodsport could not really reach Gruff after that, and Gruff just kept control of the fight until getting the lift he needed and picking up Bloodsport and then throwing him clean out of the box.